Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Gabby and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. And in today's video, I am going to be doing another foundation review. So in my last video, I did the Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation review. So if you want to see my thoughts on that one, then definitely go ahead and check that video out. I'll probably have it linked up in the corner somewhere or down below, so definitely check that one out. So I did, that one, which is like a Sephora brand. It's a higher end brand, and today I'm going to be doing a foundation review on a drugstore foundation, and this is the new Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. It claims to have 24 hours wear, and yeah, this has recently come out from Maybelline, and I am of course obsessed with the Maybelline Fit Me and even the Better Skin foundation from Maybelline, so I definitely wanted to see what this one was all about, especially because it claims to have full coverage and 24-hour wear. Now, like I said in my last one, I didn't think I would wear it that long, but I ended up wearing it for 13 hours. Now, I definitely know I'm not going to wear this for 24 hours just because I'm going to take my makeup off before I go to sleep, but I will try to wear it as long as I can. I do have plans to go Christmas shopping after this video, so I will definitely do a couple check-ins as always and let you know how it's going and all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get right into this video, but as always, if you like this video, if you like me, if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Like this video. If you like foundation reviews, it helps me out, lets me know that I should do more foundation reviews. And comment below any ideas for videos that you want me to do in the future. Also, share this video with your friends. I really appreciate it. And yeah, so if you want to see my thoughts on this foundation and how long it wears, then keep on watching. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So like I said, this is the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. And I have pulled it up on the Ulta website to see some other things that it says. I actually got this at Walgreens. I actually called my Walgreens to see if they were carrying it, and she was like, yeah, we just got it in. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go get it now before it sells out, because it always does that at my Walgreens and I can never find anything there. So, but I did pull it up on Ulta, and it is being carried at Ulta. And it says that it is a lightweight yet high impact coverage formula, and it glides onto the skin for a flawless finish that lasts all day. It's oil-free, doesn't clog pores, dermatologist tested, full coverage foundation with a seamless finish, evens out, camouflages and enhances, minimizes the appearance of flaws and imperfections, glides onto the skin for smooth and breathable wear. Wow. So it claims to do quite a lot. And yeah, so we're just going to try it out today, and I'm going to wear it, and I'm just going to show you how it looks throughout the day and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and prime. I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. This is the smoothing primer. I love this primer. It is, I don't even know, it's like gloriousness for your pores. Like, it just gets in right into those pores and smooths them. It's kind of crazy. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my face, especially right in my T-zone area where I have a bunch of pores. And then I just like to spread it around the rest of my face, make sure everything's even. Alright, primer is on. And then usually when I'm doing like a normal routine, right now I would use my Maybelline Fit Me concealer and cover up any of my acne that I have going on, but I'm not going to do that today because I want to see how full coverage this can be and whether or not that would be needed in a situation. So I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. So I have wet my Real Technique sponge, so I'm going to do one half of my face with the Real Technique sponge, and then one half of my face with the foundation brush that I normally use. And I just want to mention that I freaking love that this has a pump, because I need the Maybelline Fit Me to have a pump just like this. I don't understand why that one, because the Better Skin has a pump, this one has a pump. Why can't Maybelline Fit Me have a pump? Like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense why you have to pour it. You always use way too much. I don't like it. Yeah, clearly you can see I'm a little salty about the Maybelline not having a pump. I'm going to go ahead and pump some on my my hands, and then I'm gonna do one half of my face, and then you know how it goes. So alright, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and first dot some on my face on one side, and then I will use my Real Technique sponge to see how it looks. Alright, so clearly you can tell that this is pretty full coverage. Like, I honestly don't see any redness, any of my dark spots, anything on the side of my face. It's kind of crazy how full coverage this was, and that was like not even a full pump. So I'm a little shook right now at that. Like, I mean, you can tell, like, look, this side of my face, this side of my face, like, whoa. It already looks like matte, and it doesn't look dewy at all, which I don't mind because I tend to go for matte foundations because I am an oily girl. Yeah, it looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and dot some on the rest of my face, and then go in with my brush and see how that applies, whether it's less full coverage, more full coverage, if I like the beauty blender, or if I like the brush better. So alright, so I have this side applied with my brush, and it still looks really full coverage on this side as well. Like, I just might think it's the foundation itself, because it is pretty full coverage. Like, even down here where I have this acne spot, like this redness, it covered it up pretty well. Like I say, it doesn't feel sticky at all on my face. It doesn't even look dewy at all. It looks pretty matte, which I would say for all of the dry skin people out there, you may want to like really moisturize if you put this on, or maybe just stay away from it because it's pretty matte. Like, there's not much dewiness on my skin right now. So if you need the dewiness, and if you need something that's a little bit more hydrating, I definitely would say if you still want to use this, use a moisturizer or a moisturizing primer. I figured that I could go ahead and try out concealer as well and see what that looks like on top of this, and see maybe if the foundation moves around or if it breaks up underneath, any of that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some concealer. I'm going to stick with my trusty Tarte Shape Tape today. This one is in light medium honey, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight my face and see what Alright, so I've applied my concealer, and the foundation still looks really good underneath. It didn't break it up or anything like that. In fact, it still looks very full coverage, and it's almost kind of crazy how full coverage it looks. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my face, do my powder, my bronzer, highlight, and all that good stuff, and then we'll come back and see how the face looks with all my makeup done and all that good stuff. Alright guys, so I finished my makeup. I just did my powder, bronzer, highlight, and I kept my eyes simple. I just put some mascara on and I put some lipstick on. Yeah, so far the makeup still looks really good. I am super impressed with the coverage of this foundation. For it being so inexpensive and it being drugstore, it has really good coverage. And I didn't mention this before because I really didn't notice, but when I went to go set my under eyes with like powder, it really honestly didn't need to be set at all. Like, I didn't bake, I just sweeped some powder under there just for good measure, because like I've been saying in this video, I'm an oily girl. But yeah, so I really didn't have to set my under eyes, which is something that I know people like to know. And yeah, it still looks really good. The powder or the bronzer, blush, highlight, it didn't disrupt my base, which I love. I don't want to worry about having, you know, touch up my base if my products on top are, you know, like disrupting it or anything like that. Yeah, it still looks really good. So right now the time is 11:10. Like I said, I'm gonna go run some errands with my sister. We have to go Christmas shopping and all that good stuff. I'm going to give you guys a check-in with this makeup in maybe a couple hours, see how it's wearing after I've been out and about for a couple of hours, and I will let you know how it goes. Alright guys, I am back for a check-in. So right now it is currently 4:45. I have gone Christmas shopping with my sister. I have wrapped some presents. I worked up a sweat wrapping presents, so I don't know if that's good or not. And yeah, so I thought I would go ahead and give you guys a check-in. The foundation still looks really good. It still looks very full coverage. It still looks like glam, and it's not even like it looks glam, like it's full coverage, but it almost has the same kind of finish that the Too Faced Peach Perfect one had. It just kind of looks like skin. If anything, I will notice that I am getting a little oily in my T-zone area, right here on my cheeks, a little on my chin, and some on my forehead, but that's because I haven't, you know, touched up at all since I've been out. So I also want to point out that I haven't gotten cakey anywhere either as well. Sometimes when I start to get a little oily, my foundation will break apart and get a little cakey looking, and around this area, like normally in my nose areas where that will happen a lot, and that still looks pretty good in my opinion. So yeah, that's kind of where I am with the foundation. I'll zoom in just a little bit so you can see it up close, and that way you can kind of see what I'm working with. But yeah, the foundation still looks pretty good in my opinion, and it hasn't been that long, so I'm interested to see how it works and continues to look throughout the rest of the day. Alright, so this is what my face is looking like up close. Like I said, really the only thing that I notice is that I'm just a little oily, but that is me. I am Gabby the oily person. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, it still hasn't like gotten cakey anywhere. I do have a little bit of oiliness here. I don't know why I get oily there, but I always get oily there. So that's not anything new for me. I always get oily here on my chin, in these parts pretty much first, and then I have a little bit of oiliness on my forehead, but not anything too bad. The foundation still looks really good. My bronzer and highlight still looks really good on top of my skin. And yeah, it still looks really good. I'm really impressed with this so far, especially because it's drugstore and it claims to be full coverage, and so far it still looks full coverage. So I am really interested to see how it looks throughout the rest of the day. And yeah, we'll come back maybe another couple of hours and see how it looks and all that good stuff. Alright guys, I am back for my last check-in. So it is currently 10:05 at night. So I've had this makeup on for about 11 hours now, which I think is pretty good. Yeah, and I think it still looks pretty well. I will say that I have gotten oilier as the night has gone on, especially in my cheek area and my forehead area here, as well as some on my chin. But it still looks really well as far as it not looking cakey. It still looks pretty full coverage. I did have a little fading around my mouth area, but that was because I ate lunch and dinner, so I'm not really worried about that as much. I didn't experience any fading of anything, honestly. My bronzer and my highlights still look really well. Yeah, so I'm really impressed with this foundation. I think that it does work and it is full coverage. I believe those claims. I do think that it probably wouldn't be best to wear this for a full 24 hours. I think that if you're gonna wear it for like a long day, maybe 8 to 11 hours or so, it would hold up pretty well. But as far as it being 24 hours, I'm not really sure about that, just because it's starting to get pretty oily at the 11th hour mark. I would say around maybe like the 10 hour from on. So yeah, it just is a little, it's just getting a little oilier. And granted, I haven't touched up at all, which I will do really quickly just to see how it looks once it's been touched up, and if putting powder on top of it makes it break down or anything like that. So I'm just gonna apply some powder in the areas that I'm looking a little oily. Yep, and that just kind of set everything back down, made everything look a little bit more matte, less oily, and it doesn't look like it's cakey or anything like that, so that's really good. But yeah, that's kind of where I am with this foundation. I definitely want to continue to use it because I think it is very nice for it being so full coverage, and it didn't emphasize any, you know, anything on my face. I still feel like my pores look pretty good. I still feel like it looks full coverage. I don't have any areas where I feel like it's faded very much other than around my mouth because of food and all that stuff. And yeah, so that concludes this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this drugstore foundation review. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, just click the subscribe button. It's right there. You know you want to. Also, don't forget to like this video. Give it a big thumbs up. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you have a good night or day wherever you are. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.